Let's just check that's working. And we are on. Got Murphy's lovely face on the YouTube picture today. He's a happy dog. He's been out on his walk today. Very happy dog. And a very tired dog as well. Okay. So just so you all know, just so you've got something to go at later in the week, we have said that we'll do once a week, we will do the Crystal Singing Bowls. It's got to be done. It has to be done. Because we're going to have three. We're going to have 3 bowls. And the harmonics are phenomenal. And they are. I gave Ian a crystal bowl healing last night, which is what I put up on YouTube. And yeah, amazing. Truly amazing. So once a week, we're going to be sharing the bowls, and however many more we get, it's going to be a collection. That's for sure. I swear it's trying to snow outside. That's weird. Well, once a week, probably on a Thursday, because Thursday is Jupiter Day after all, day of expansion and all that amazing stuff. So yeah, just so you know what we're doing on Thursday. So that's cool. I like that. Okay. But for now, we're going to do our usual meditation. So we will be utilising the 4-4-8 breath. I'm going to challenge you though today. So if you want to expand on the 4-4-8 breath, you could try 5-5-10 or 6-6-12. Push your boundaries a little bit. We're going to connect Mother Earth, Father Sky, balance the chakras, switch on that light, and then into the silence. Okay. So closing the eyes. Just making sure you're comfortable. So beginning with the 4-4-8, or if you're extending it, you make the exhale twice as long as the inhale and the suspension of the breath, okay? So I'm going to do 3 rounds of whichever of those breath patterns you're choosing today. And it will change from day to day. Some days you'll be able to push that a bit further. Other days your body goes, no, I'm not doing that. So go with it, yeah? So we're breathing in. Suspend the breath. And breathe out. Breathing in. Suspend the breath. And exhale. Breathing in. Suspending the breath. And exhale. Just allowing your breath to return to its normal pattern. And the breath is relaxed. And just observing anything that you may be experiencing. So we're going to begin by coming to your heart center, to that cozy space that we have created before. And from here we're going to feel into that connection to Mother Earth through that conduit that runs all the way down from your being. And this conduit is as wide as your hips, okay? And this conduit moves down through all the layers of the earth until it gets to the center of the earth, which could take any form. And you tap into that energy, tune into that energy, and then we're going to bring that energy up back into our being. On an inhale. And then hold that energy at your heart center. And then feeling into that connection to Father Sky, to the infinite possibilities in the void space, the quantum. Tuning into the energy of that space. And then bringing that energy back down into your being and holding that at your heart center. So you are held, cradled by these two very potent energies. And you are always held by these energies. Always. So just experience what that feels like to be held. So we're going to move into balancing 11 of our chakras. So as we move up the chakra system, using color, you can see the activation and balance of each chakra as either a spinning wheel of color or a pulse or a flash or a wave of color. It doesn't matter how you see that. So you might see it in your mind's eye, or you can visualize it in front of you. Does that make sense? Either way is good. So we're coming to just below the feet, the earth chakra. which is the colour like reddy brown, like a rusty brown colour. Moving up to the root chakra and the colour red. To the navel chakra and the colour orange. To the solar plexus and the colour yellow. To the heart center and the colour green. To your higher heart, which is either turquoise or pink or both. Up to the throat chakra, which is a light sky blue colour. To your third eye, which is a deep indigo colour. To your causal chakra at the back of your head, which is like a pearlescent white. And then to the top of your head, your crown, which is a violet white colour. And then about a foot above your crown is your soul star chakra, which is a iridescent pinky silver colour. So just sitting with what that feels like to have those chakras activated and balanced. And then coming back to your heart center. Breath is relaxed. So from here we're going to switch on the lights in our DNA. Via a switch or amplifying via a dial. Seeing whichever one of those you are using this evening. Seeing that in front of you. And then either switching on or turning up the light in your DNA. So this light emanates from the heart center and is either like a golden white colour, or it can be rainbow colours, or it can be both. So this light, as it gets activated, illuminates your whole being. And you can see or visualize this as like fairy lights switching on, or you might see it as a pulse of light moving through, or a wave, or something else completely different. But I want you to feel it rather than think it. Does that make sense? So feeling that light as it moves through your being. And as it moves through, it activates those 12 strands of DNA. So science tells us there's 2 strands, 1 pair, that's it. Rubbish. Don't follow the science. And we know, we can feel that there's other aspects to our being. We are not just the physical body. We are many aspects. There are many facets to our being. So, in truth, there's probably more than 12 strands, but is anyone talking about that? Probably no. I don't think anyone is. So we go with 12 for now. But there's probably infinite amount, because we are infinite divine beings of light. So and if you ever doubt that, stay with us for the silence and you will feel it. I promise. So as this light moves through your being, it activates all 12 strands of your DNA and illuminates all of them as well. So in the illumination process is a releasing of anything that is hindering your whole being's ability to function at its most optimal levels. So on the physical body, that's having the best health that you can have, like in your physical body. On an emotional level, being able to not be ruled, not be a slave to your emotional programming. On your mental body, again, that ability to harness your mind as a powerful ally, as opposed to letting it run off and scamper around and do all kinds of strange things. And then we get into even more of the metaphysical layers that are being activated in this light activation. So the facets of your soul get they get a bit of a polish, for want of a better word, so that your soul is also a rounded whole being. We don't know what it is, but that's probably as close as we'll get. Being, which then enables not only your soul to express itself, but it enables you to be able to hear it when it tells you stuff, which is quite amazing when it happens. So what that actually enables you to do is be led, be guided by who you are, your innate in here. Yeah. Who is that? What is that? And then you get into the the expansion of that. So your soul family. So those people who are on the same or very similar journey, parallel journeys to you, who you want to cross your path. So it's literally like sending out a beacon to those people. And if they're doing the same, then there will be a meeting of the souls, if you like. Yeah. And you always know when you meet those people. You always know. Because I can tell you why, because you always know when you meet people who are not those people. You know it very well. And then the final layer that gets activated through this light is your connection to the divine cosmos, to that infinite. You know, when you look up and you see, you know, without the light pollution, obviously, if you've ever seen the sky without light pollution, I've only ever seen it once. Only ever once. And it took my breath away. It was like, whoa. Because it just goes on forever. And it is immense. That's what you're connecting to, because it is you. So being able to have that perspective from a cosmic level, yeah, and being able to tune into that, but also to be able to see the pieces that make up the where you've been, where you are, where you're going, is it's a particular skill. And the other thing that you can do if you want to set an intention right now is you can actually set the intention for your path that your soul has already kind of loosely laid out in front of you. You can actually ask for it to be illuminated, so there is absolutely no question of the signposts that come up and say this way. Yeah, if you want your path to be illuminated so that you cannot go wrong, yeah, then you can set that intention now. It's very powerful when you do that, because believe me, if you do that, you will be surprised at how very obvious the signposts become. It's quite amazing. And you'll be sitting there one day going, oh my God, how on earth did I end up sitting here with 3 crystal singing bowls, for example? It's like, how did that happen? Because you were guided, yeah? There might have been a few nudges here and there, but you've been guided. Believe me. And when that all comes together, when those 12 strands of DNA are illuminated and they're activated, and you remember what it's like to be a whole being, as opposed to, one that's kind of, and we've all been there. We're all still going through this process of, dropping those props that we've been using to hold us up because we can't quite walk properly on our own yet, and what it's like when you put those down and you go, okay, I'm doing this. It is quite amazing. And when you step forward into that, you cannot go back. You cannot go back to sleep. Although we see, obviously, people do sometimes. But hey, never mind. Okay, so breath is relaxed. And just allow yourself to feel what your divinely inspired life would look like. What would it look like? What would it feel like? And hold that feeling at your heart. Hold it there. So from here, we're going to move into the silence. So you can have a focus through this journey, this silent journey. So that can be on your breath as it moves in and out of the body. It can be on the stillness you're creating internally. Or you can also look up to your third eye, which gives you a whole new perspective. Or you can come up with another focus that's entirely, of your own creation. The idea of that focus is if your mind starts to go over there somewhere, then you can gently bring it back to that focus. Yeah? With no guilt, no banging yourself over the head with the... Don't do that. Yeah? Because we're learning. We're learning to be in the silence. It's not something we're taught. It's something we have to kind of remember. Yeah? Because it's in that silence where you experience your true nature. Okay? So we'll be here for about 15 minutes. Okay? So make sure you're comfortable. Dog sitting on my foot. That's not comfortable. So make sure you're comfy. Allow your breath to relax. And if anything does come up, just allow yourself to observe. Okay? Breathe. So slowly, beginning to take slightly longer, deeper breath into your belly. As we begin to wake up the body. So before we begin to move the body, we're just going to ground the energies that we've experienced in this meditation. So taking the light above your heads, taking it down through the body. So as it moves through the body, it collects up any excess energy that you no longer need. And takes it all the way back down to recycle it to Mother Earth. So you can do that a couple of times if you wish to. And then we can begin to move the body, the hands, fingers, toes, feet. Have a stretch and have a yawn. And then we can rub the hands together, get some heat in the palms of the hands. And then placing them over the eyes. And when you're ready, release the hands. And not forgetting to have something to drink, maybe have a little something to eat, unless you're like us and about to go and have your dinner, because the thing's going off in the kitchen. I hope you enjoyed that this evening. You too, Romani. So, folks, hope you enjoyed that this evening. Interesting things I was getting. The whole of my crown chakra. So normally that sits to the back of the head a bit, but it was my whole of the top of my head. It felt like there were fairies dancing on my head. That was very interesting. There was a complete stillness until my throat made a funny noise, and then I kind of came out a bit, checked the time, and we had 2 minutes left. But that stillness was exquisite, I have to say. Yeah. And you know, if you've ever felt like you can't sit still in meditation, I get that. I used to have exactly the same thing. I did lots of yoga, did lots of mantra, lots of, all that stuff, but I still couldn't sit in meditation. I would, I'd be like 30 seconds in, my foot would be doing something, or I'd feel like there was something on my face, or something had touched my hand, or there was, and I remember the first time I ever sat for a whole minute in silence in meditation, and I'm like, oh my God, and then realised I'd broken the by going, oh my God, I did it. Okay. So there are steps you can take towards sitting in meditation. So if you take the idea that everything is a meditation, everything that you do during your day you can treat as a meditation. So that focus on, here's one really good thing you can do actually. So no matter what you're doing during your day, yeah, doesn't matter what it is, bring your focus back to your breath. How are you breathing? And become aware of your breathing. And one really simple thing, I think I did a video on this, I think it's called As Simple as 1, 2, 3. You can count each inhale up to 10 and then go back to 1 again. That's a meditation. It's very simple. You can do it in your head. No one else needs to know you're doing it. Yeah? So there are steps that move you in the direction of being able to sit for, that was 17 minutes we sat for. Yeah? That's not that long. I think the longest we've done on these is about 25 minutes. So, you know, you might think right now that you can't do it, and that your body or your mind keeps interrupting you. But the more you do, it's a cumulative thing. So the more you do, the better you get at it. And the more you do it, and the more you experience that silence and that stillness, the more you want to do it. So the more you do it, and the more you experience, and the more you want to do it. Yeah? So stick with it. It is worth it, I promise you, because that thing of, oh, and I used to say that, I used to make an excuse, well, I can't sit in meditation. I'll do other things for meditation, which I did. So I did. And look where we are now. So if I can do it, trust me, you can. Okay? There's a lecture over. We will see you again on Wednesday. Thursday it'll be the crystal singing bowls, and Friday I might do a guided meditation. We'll see, because we'll still be in the full moon energy, so I might do a full moon meditation on Friday. So until Wednesday, have an amazing rest of your evening, and we will see you in the next one. Until then, stay fearless.